Driver safety is one of the most important considerations when shopping for a car. You want a vehicle with the lowest safety risks in case of a road mishap, but sadly, not all cars can guarantee that. Some are more dangerous than others and thus worth avoiding. I'll consult the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety to help you understand why the cars I'll discuss in this video are too dangerous to buy. The IIHS goal is to reduce car-related deaths, property damage and personal injuries. So I'll share their most recent findings and statistics concerning my video title. According to IIHS, minicars have the highest driver deaths on the road, representing 5 of the top 10. Incidentally, minicars average 153 driver deaths per 1 million registered vehicles. While explaining the statistics, IIHS President David Hackey argued that smaller cars don't offer as much driver protection as larger cars and SUVs, and that's why the rate of driver deaths is much higher. Another thing I also noted from the report is that the number of other driver deaths is much higher on pickups than any other cars. 6 out of the top 10 other driver death spots, for example, are occupied by pickups. This IIHS study depicts models between 2018 and 2021, which are amongst the most recent ones. Hence, most of these cars are likely on sale today. I'll share why my top 10 picks are the most dangerous to buy now and later highlight the ones you can get in their place. So, here we go. In number 10, Kia Forte. According to the IIHS, the Kia Forte is one of the most unsafe small cars on the market today. The small sedan has a driver death rate of 111 per million registered vehicles. So, even though this car has some impressive attributes such as excellent fuel economy, simple controls and affordability, it's not safe. Even a couple of recent NHTSA recalls for the 2023 model prove that. According to the recalls, the Kia Forte may suffer from the loss of steering control, which in the long run improves the risk of crashing. Frankly, the last thing you want to deal with as a driver is a car you can't steer, and the Kia Forte appears to have such problems. In number 9, Nissan Ultima. The Nissan Ultima has been a top consideration in the midsize category for many years. Essentially, that's due to its roomy interior, big trunk, and comfortable seats despite its not so huge size. However, after switching from the V6 engine to the turbo 4-cylinder, it seems the Ultima has only gotten worse in terms of safety instead of being better. The IIHS argues that there are at least 113 reported driver deaths by the Nissan Ultima per million registered vehicles, and the number of other driver deaths is 96 per 1 million registered vehicles. While there are many explanations, the most recent NHTSA recalls allude to issues like loss of steering control, poor rear window visibility, unreliable tires, and poor rear view images. In number 8, Chevrolet Camaro Convertible. The modern Chevrolet Camaro is a delight for any driver owing to its sporty, elegant look. While this is a convertible on a platter, you have to worry about its safety scores. The IIHS reports a driver death rate of 113 per million registered vehicles, similar to that of the Nissan Ultima. My research led to the Consumer Reports website, and I was surprised by why the NHTSA has recalled this large sports car in recent years. The reasons include loss of drive power due to a powertrain mishap, unreliable seat belts, and poor airbag deployment. Frankly, the 3 reasons are perturbing. In number 7, Dodge Charger Hemi 2WD. Do you fancy a bold, large, vintage-style American sedan? Then, that describes the Dodge Charger Hemi 2WD. This large old-school car ticks many boxes besides having a laid-back or timeless look. It is also super comfortable, sporty, and refined. If you get a recent model, it demonstrates several luxury elements. There is, however, a concern, and it's all in IIHS statistics. According to the IIHS, 118 driver deaths are recorded per million registered vehicles, and the reasons are alarming. Moreover, the rate of other driver deaths is 105, which means the sedan is not just a safety risk to the user but also other motorists. The Consumer Reports documents some of these reasons, which include sudden loss of driver power and tire pressure failure, which increases the crash risk. Moreover, the rate of other driver deaths is 105 per million registered vehicles. Wait a minute, I know you are enjoying this video. What about you give me a thumbs up by liking it, then subscribe and hit that notification bell for the latest epic videos. Let's continue. In number 6, Kia Rio Sedan. The Kia Rio Sedan is probably not the worst minicar out there if you compare what you get with what you pay for it. Cost-wise, this sedan is affordably priced, making it perfect for someone on a budget. It offers basic transportation and comfort, has decent fuel economy, and its maintenance cost isn't too high. However, regarding where it matters most, which is safety, the sedan fails terribly. This sedan has a death rate of 122 drivers per million registered vehicles. Moreover, other driver deaths are also high, which is 133 per a million registered cars. So it's not just unsafe for the person driving it, but also for the other drivers. In number 5, Chevrolet Spark. Today, there are not many small hatchbacks like the Chevrolet Spark on most American roads, and there is a reason for that. Even though this minicar is affordable and compact enough for tight spot turning and easy parking, it's not the safest. According to the IIHS, the driver death rate of Chevrolet Spark is 151 out of a million registered cars. Evidently, the statistics are concerning and so are the reasons. One 2019 NHTSA recall points to airbag deployment failure, but that's not the only issue. Other complaints include weak suspension, spark burns, defective tires, unstable steering wheel, and engine failure. In number 5, Hyundai Accent. The Hyundai Accent is another unsafe minicar, according to the IIHS. This minicar has a reported driver death of 152 per million registered cars, and you have to wonder why. Though this minicar is reasonably priced and fuel economical, it doesn't elude a few problems. For example, the 2021 model has been recalled by the NHTSA for issues like brake failure, unreliable seat belts, and loss of steering control. Frankly, you'll never wish for a car with safety risks, as they may claim a life, just like the statistics I've mentioned prove. In number 3, Dodge Challenger 2WD. The Dodge Challenger 2WD is not just unsafe for the person driving it, but also for other drivers. According to the IIHS, the driver death rate per million registered vehicles for the Dodge Challenger is 154. On the other hand, the other driver's death rate is 91. So if you're looking for a large sports car with a lower chance of claiming lives, the Dodge Challenger is far from being one. This two-wheel drive has the looks of a Chrysler and the confidence of a Chevrolet Camaro and Ford Mustang, but its safety risk makes it a pause. In number 2, Mitsubishi Mirage hatchback. The second most dangerous car, according to the IIHS, is the Mitsubishi Mirage hatchback. That makes it the most unsafe hatchback. The minicar has a reported driver death of 183 per million registered vehicles, which is pretty high. Most users are disappointed with the engine, and it's not because it's noisy or has a poor acceleration, but because it causes poor handling, which can only increase the risk of crashing. And of course, issues like cramped rear, stiff transmission, and a cheaper interior don't help. In number 1, Mitsubishi Mirage G4. The most dangerous car today, according to IIHS, also comes from the Mitsubishi Mirage family, and we're talking about the G4. Despite featuring some of the finest safety technologies like forward collision mitigation, lane departure warning, and automatic high beams, the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 doesn't inspire confidence in the IIHS. According to the IIHS, the driver death rate from this minicar is 205 per million registered vehicles, so you may need to look elsewhere to stay alive, as the fatality risk is higher in the Mirage G4 than in any other car. What to get instead? The IIHS also has listed the models with the fewest driver deaths, making them the safest. Intriguingly, some vehicles have 0 driver deaths per a million registered vehicles, including BMW X3 4WD, Mercedes-Benz E-Class Sedan, Lexus ES350, and Nissan Pathfinder 2WD. Unsurprisingly, they are all luxury choices, which means you may have to spend more money to enjoy comfort and safety. Other options making the top 10 list are the Audi Q5 4WD, Toyota CHR, Nissan Murano 2WD, Volvo XC90 4WD, GMC Canyon Crew Cab 4WD, and Lexus RX 350 4WD. These vehicles average 2 to 5 driver deaths per a million registered vehicles, so you can also consider them. And as you ponder on these choices, here is another video on the most reliable mid-size SUVs that you love. See you there.